All right, so if you look up in the right-hand corner, you see a little dot, a red dot. That means we're recording. So in the future, if you have a hearing with me, please make sure that dot is going when we start to. I've had a couple of times where I forgot it. It's kind of easy to forget. So please help me out. Okay. All right. So this is the WebEx hearing. Today is July 12th, 2021. The complainant is, let's see, Anthony J. Greene versus the UW Milwaukee. And we were scheduled for this hearing today for months in advance, I believe. I can't remember. I think it was December or something. We scheduled this at a pre-hearing with Mr. Greene and with Ms. Getz, who's present here today, and we were unable to settle it, so we scheduled for hearing. So the complainant has two cases: ERD case number 2018-02-903, and his other complaint is 2019-02085. The issues are refusing to reasonably accommodate a disability post November 10th, 2017, discriminating against complainant in terms and conditions of employment because of a disability post November 10th, 2017, and also discriminating against the complainant because he opposed a discriminatory practice post November 10th, 2017. And then the complainants claimed that the respondent terminated his employment because of a disability. And so those issues were all the issues that were are before me here today. The complainant, although having participated in the pre-hearing process and scheduling, the process did not appear for the WebEx pre-hearing, which was also scheduled back in December, and that was last week on, let me see, do you have your calendar?
It was on, I think, Thursday. Oh, no.
It was on Wednesday.
Wednesday
at 10 o'clock. So it was
July 7th.
July 7th. So on July 7th, Mr. Greene indicated for the first time early in the morning, sent by email, that he was unable to come. He claimed to have some kind of disability issue. In a subsequent email, he made the issue that he has had some kind of medication change, and that's why he couldn't come. I told him he should come to the WebEx pre-hearing and discuss the issue about whether or not he was able to appear for the hearing, and also to establish whether or not he had made his motion to postpone the hearing within the number of, as soon as he knew that he was having this issue, because one of the things that I also set back in December was a date for all motions to be filed. And now he's making this motion for postponement, which, if it's an emergency, you can understand that he did not make it till the last minute. But he did not establish when he was aware of any kind of medical issue. He did not provide any medical evidence to establish that he had a medical issue that could cause him to not be able to come to the WebEx pre-hearing. He also seemed to indicate that this medication issue somehow had prevented him from preparing for the hearing. Since we started this in December, discovery deadlines were, I can't remember. Do you remember when the discovery deadlines were, Miss Getz?
Let me see. Discovery, including depositions, shall be completed by April 9th, 2021.
Okay, so back in April. So if he's had a medication problem since April, I mean, that's a long time. So that shouldn't have precluded him from being able to be available. And certainly then that means he did make a motion quickly enough, because obviously if the problem occurred back in the spring, and he's only telling us now. So there's just a lot of issues and concerns with how he handled this. And so at this point, we were scheduled to have a no probable cause hearing or a probable cause hearing because his cases were dismissed by the investigator on May 7th, 2020. 2 different initial determinations were issued dismissing all the claims of the complainant as being not supported by probable cause. This was his second chance to put forth that evidence. And so at this point, it is his burden of proof. And when he doesn't show, that means he didn't meet his burden of proof, which was very clear to him in the emails that I sent to him that he had to appear or his case was going to be dismissed. He does have 10 days from today to provide some type of documentation to support his claim that he made his request for a postponement as soon as he could, and that he does have a valid reason for failing to appear at the WebEx pre-hearing and failing to appear at this hearing as well. Of course, the most important part is that he didn't come to this hearing. Just the fact that he didn't come to the WebEx hearing, I wouldn't dismiss for, but it's just another indication that he may not really be willing to proceed with this matter. So at this point, he has failed to meet his burden of proof. This hearing was set to start at 9 o'clock today, and this, again, was scheduled back in December. Notice of WebEx pre-hearing was sent by the support staff a couple of months ago, I believe. And then after that, I sent the my WebEx invite to the parties, and so they should have received that as well. And that was just sent. I sent the first one for the WebEx pre-hearing. I sent that on the day before, on December or July 6th. And this one I sent over the weekend yesterday. So he certainly would have received these. He knew they were coming. There's been plenty of buildup to let him know that this was going to happen. There was a pre-hearing report after the initial pre-hearing that we had by telephone where everything was scheduled. So there's been plenty of opportunities for him to know the date of these deadlines and for him to comply with them. And if he had any questions, he could have contacted me, but he did not. So is there anything else that you believe we should know? I talked to you off camera, but I suppose I should ask on camera. So Ms. Getz, who's with you here today?
I'm joined by Dr. Hobie Davies. He is a professor in UWM's Department of Psychology, and he's also the department chairman.
Okay, so thank you, Mr. Davies, for appearing. So what we did is when Mr. Mr. Greene did not appear, we just kept our this hearing open, but we turned off our video and turned off our sound. But I kept this open so I could see if Mr. Greene tried to join the hearing, and he did not. So I can see when somebody's trying to be admitted, and that was not shown on my screen. And I was here. I never left my screen, so I was listening to my telephone. I have 2 different numbers. I had both of them in my ears when I opened again. You could see I took off the other headset, so I would have 2. I could put back in these 2 earbuds, but before I had one here and one here. So both phones were available if he had called me, but he did not. I did not get any emails from anyone during this time while we had been waiting. Here was set to start at 9 o'clock, and we usually wait a half an hour until 9:30. It's now 9:41, and I have not heard from Mr. Greene. And my point then is to ask you, Ms. Getz, have you heard from Mr. Greene at all?
I have not, and I'm looking at my email right now, and he has not emailed me either.
Okay, and I assume, Mr. Davies, you would know if Mr. Greene had tried to contact you?
Yes, I would, and I have not heard from him.
Okay, so at this point, I think he has truly not appeared. I will be dismissing his case, both of these complaints that he filed, unless he contacts me within the next 10 days to provide some evidence regarding why he failed to appear. I will give you an opportunity to respond to anything that he does provide, and then I will make a decision. Again, if he doesn't provide that information within the next 10 days, then I will dismiss, and then he would have to appeal to the Labor and Industry Review Commission, and they will look at whatever his reasons are, whatever support he provides for why he failed to appear. So is there anything that you need to add to this record, Ms. Getz?
No, I think that was a very thorough recount of all of the opportunities that he's been provided so far to attend the pre-hearing and the probable cause hearing. Like you said, it has been set since early December, and he appealed in June of 2020. So he's had 13 months to prepare for this.
Okay. So yes, I just, the question of him having a medical or a medication error that would have prevented him from preparing is difficult to understand, especially given the long length of time and that. So, all right. Well, thank you both very much. I appreciate you appearing here today, and well, at least you didn't have to travel into the office. So,
Yes, thanks, Judge DeLaO. Thank
Okay.
you,
Thank you.
Hobie, for making yourself available.
All right. Well, this hearing's adjourned, and I appreciate your time. Thank you.
Okay.
Bye-bye.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.